So question 1 on the calculator free section, and I gave this my gold award winner just because it confused the heck out of me. Now let's have a look at why that might have been. So we start off question 1. The owner of a bike shop recorded these repairs, and here's some data in the table. And first up, we're asked to identify the explanatory variable for the table above. Well, we can't do it because, well, you could use either, I reckon, because there's no statistical question has been posed. It's not like the owner of the bicycle shop suspected that expensive bikes tended to suffer more from wheel and tire repairs, or that cheaper bikes often needed frame and suspension repairs more than any other. But there's no such question that we got to investigate, and that's one of the key parts of this course. So the examiners really need to have a word of themselves here. Anyway, we'll take a stab at purchase price because it seems likely that the more you spend on a bike, the less kind of repairs you'd expect. But how that relates to the type of repair, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I might have lost the mark before we even get going here. Anyhow, let's move on. The purchase price in the following table show the proportion of bikes with different. So we've now got to do the row percent. So this tells us this is association of categorical variables is what this question's about. So how do we fill in the table? Well, looking up here, the numbers are pretty bad. The first one we got to fill in here in this box is 36 out of 60 as a percentage without a calculator. Another reason for the gold medal, but we can work our way around it. So we can see that here we've been told that 10% is 6 out of 60, which we kind of knew. So then we can say, right, well, 36 is 6 times bigger. So then if we take the 10, multiply it by 6, we've got 60. And we're sort of off. Going the other way from the 6 to the 18, then we know that if that's 3 times bigger, so 3 times 10 is 30. On the next row, this one's easy. We know that the numbers in each row have got to add up to 100. We've got 30 and 20, so the missing one's got to be 50. Then let's go to the last row. So we've got 15, 2, 3, and 20 up here, and all we're told is that 15 out of 20 is 75%. That means that we know that 2 out of 20 is 10%, so let's put that one into there, and then that leaves us 15% missing to make the 100. So some pretty hectic arithmetic straight up there on part B. And then part C. Using the information from the table in part B, describe one association, and the examiners are on about this one association again. Now, all we can tell from association of categorical variables is either there is an association or there isn't. Let's just have a quick look at the syllabus documents. So here we go. Here it is, identifying, describing associations between categorical variables. Now, associations here is plural because it just doesn't make sense to have it as singular. This means when we've got lots of different sets of categorical variables, we identify and describe associations between them all. So here's the answer. This is what we've got to do in this part. It's the fourth dot point. Describe an association in terms of differences observed in percentages across categories in a systematic and concise manner. Let's get on and do it. So here we go. Oh, by the way, while we were back there, here's the explanatory variable in the syllabus. It comes under a whole bunch of dot points later on where we're fitting a linear model to numerical data. And of course, the examiners have snuck in some numerical data here. These is obviously categorical, but this is purely numerical. It's just been grouped into, well, it's numerical data that's been grouped. So they anyway, let's leave it. But down here, so describe an association. Let's just do the syllabus way. So what we're looking for is, are the percentages in each row the same? So is 60, 10, 30 the same as 50, 30, 20? Obviously not. Or we could compare them, the middle and the bottom row. So the easiest way to answer this is choose one of the columns on account we've looked at the row percentages and compare the numbers across it. Here we go. Let's take the mid-price range here. So what this 10% means is 10% of all the wheel tire repairs were made to mid-price bikes. Yet 30%, 3 times as many of all gear bike repairs were made to this category. Hence, there's an association. So we hope the examiners kind of go on a course and learn a little bit more about categorical variables for next year.